Hello, guys. Back at it again with another random talking video. Um, I know someone on the last video about dreams wanted more. I was gonna make more anyway. So yeah. And today, I thought I'd talk about unpopular opinions that I have. Just random stuff that a lot of people seem to disagree with. The first one, well, first two I'll give you. These are really light ones, then we'll get into a little more heated ones. Tuna on pizza is an amazing topping, and ketchup on eggs is good. I didn't know that second one was even controversial till recently. Apparently, a lot of people hate that. I think eggs are fine on their own, but ketchup makes them so much better, especially scrambled eggs. I think. Um, and then what's it? Tuna on pizza. I used to think that was weird. My brother would get it, and I'd think, like, really? Like, that must taste so odd. He asked me to try it. I tried it, changed my mind instantly. It's actually a game changer. Like, I loved pizza before, putting tuna on it. Now I put tuna on it, I love it even more. Like, it is. It makes such a difference. It doesn't taste like how you think it would. Like, it's so good. And everyone I know who hates on tuna on pizza has never had it. Everyone who thinks I'm weird for that hasn't tried it. Everyone I know who's tried it says it's nice. So if you haven't tried it, I recommend you give it a go. Maybe you won't like it, but I recommend you try it. Now the next one is Spider-Man 3, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man film. Now, I know they fucked up Venom. They did him very wrong. But I think they did everything else right in the film, and it was overall a very fun, entertaining film. It may not be objectively the most flawless or best, but in my opinion, it's the most enjoyable. I enjoy it the most. Um, I think Homecoming is quite close. I also think Spider-Man 1 and 2 are close. I like all the Spider-Man. None of them I dislike. I mean, No Way Home was, like, disappointing. I think it could have been a lot more, but I still was entertained. Like, I laughed and smiled, and there were cool moments. But it was sort of just switch your brain off stupid fun. Ooh, these Spider-Man villains I liked. Oh, the other Spider-Men. I know they're making jokes and fighting. But when you actually switch your brain and think about it, like, it was a pretty dumb film. But I can't say I hated it because I was entertained at least, and that is kind of the purpose of films. But now, Spider-Man 3 is my favourite. I think the black suit looked sick. I like the theme tune for it. I think what they did with Sandman was probably the best bit about the film, objectively. It had the new Goblin, the fights were good, um, and I liked how petty Harry was. Like, I like the petty villains who just do stupid shit for the sake of it. Like with the Reverse Flash and, like, Barry Allen. Like, he just does such. Like, he does some really high scale monstrous stuff, but some other just really small petty stuff just to mess with him. Like, I swear there was a thing where he time traveled just to push him down the stairs. And, like, it didn't, like, break his bones or ruin his life or anything. It was just a little harmful, annoying thing. Like, he just showed up to Barry when he was a kid, pushed him down the stairs and just left. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that whole meme of "it was me, Barry." Like, I can picture that. Like, Reverse Flash will definitely do that. But yeah, I think I like that. And a lot of people say that the way they did Black Suit, like Peter Parker, was corny. Kind of. But I think it worked for the time. Like, it was a symbiote that corruption makes you just a massive dick. I think someone who's a bit of a dick in the early 2000s probably would have behaved exactly how he behaved. Like, I think they actually did that really well. I really liked how they did it. Like, it was kind of corny, but in a good way. Not so bad it's good, like, actually good. Like, yeah. I find the scene. I will admit, this is one that I thought was a bit, like, just funny and stupid. But I really like the scene where he's in, like, the alleyway and he sees his reflection and he purposely brings his hair down to make himself look more emo. Like, he just looks at himself like, nah, that's not edgy enough, and does that. Like, I can admit that that's a bit goofy, but it's like, again, it kind of worked. Like, I love Spider-Man 3. Like, again, maybe not objectively the best written, and they fucked Venom up. Thing is, Venom as his own villain in that film was good. He just wasn't a good Venom. He was a good villain. He wasn't a good Venom. And I think you can say the same about Eddie Brock. But yeah, overall, I love Spider-Man 3, honestly. Next one. So, I really like dark chocolate. Not the overly high percentage ones, but the lower percentage ones, like Bourneville, Molly's dark chocolate. I love. I'm not going to say it's my favourite. My favourite of the five main chocolates, so milk, white, dark, mint, and orange, is probably just regular milk chocolate. I like all five of them, but I still really like dark chocolate, and I think it's overhated. At least the lower percentages, like 70 and up, I get is a bit bitter. It's not that great, really. Like, I wouldn't eat it to enjoy it. It's good for you, but I wouldn't eat it to enjoy it. Um, but don't get the lint bars, like, because apparently they contain traces of lead in them, some shit. So yeah, I'll show you actually what I mean. I think I've still got it in the fridge. I should probably throw it away. I haven't eaten any of it. I found out about it before I ate it. Hang on. Now, apparently, it's a healthy traces of lead, so don't worry too much if you have eaten this. But in my head, it's like, do I really want to purposely do that? Even though apparently it's perfectly healthy for you, as long as you're not over-consuming. But yeah, this apparently contains like lead in it or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, I love Spider-Man 3. Dark chocolate's nice. Not my favourite, it's nice. And then back to movies, Star Wars. Not only do I think the prequels are really good and overhated, I think they're better than the originals. I do. I'm more entertained by the prequels than I love the original trilogy. The 6 mainline Star Wars films are really good, all of them. But I do prefer the prequels. I think Phantom Menace, overhated. Attack of the Clones is massively overhated. Like, Phantom Menace isn't as hated as it used to be. Attack of the Clones, I don't get why people hate that. I love that film. Like, Phantom Menace, they had the pod racing scene, which was cool, Darth Maul, and the Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul lightsaber duel towards the end is actually, in my opinion, the second best movie lightsaber duel. The first, of course, being Anakin Obi-Wan. Of the 6 mainline films, it's Anakin Obi-Wan and the Darth Maul duel. But I still love the original trilogy, and even more controversial opinion, as much as I think it's one of the most important Star Wars films, it's a good film, it sets it up, it's not bad, I don't dislike it. I think A New Hope is the worst of the original 6 films, at least the least entertaining. Maybe it's not objectively the worst in terms of writing or importance, I find it the least entertaining. It's not a boring film, I like it, but I much enjoy the other Star Wars films more. And this is an opinion I might backtrack on soon in the future, because I think I need to rewatch 5 and 6. It's been a very long time. But I prefer Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, over Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. I love them both. But I always remember I did prefer the 6th one. But maybe I'll change my mind if I watched it again. It's been a long time. Yeah. And another thing as well is, let's go on to Batman games, Arkham Batman. I think that Batman Arkham Origins is not the worst one, and I think it's a good game. I think the worst one is probably either Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum's good, it's just very short. Arkham Knight, very good gameplay and graphics. I think the story, I think it was all really good, but you spent way too much time in the vehicle, and there's like no boss fights, and basically all the boss fights are in the vehicle. Like, the 2 main villains, Scarecrow and Arkham Knight, you don't get to fight them properly. Arkham Knight, you have a couple vehicle boss battles, and then you have a stealth mission where you take him out when it's revealed he's Jason Todd. But Scarecrow, you never have any kind of gameplay confrontation with. It's so dumb, because that's the best Scarecrow as well. He's got the best aura and demeanour about him, the best design, the best voice. Scarecrow is one of the coolest Batman villains, but he's seen as one of the lamest because they always do him so dirty in most forms of media, especially live action. James Gunn, if you see this, in the DCU, make Scarecrow like he is in the Arkham Knight game. Do him justice. Because that game nearly did him justice, but didn't by not giving him a boss battle. And same with the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight was cool. Harry Potter. Let's go on to Harry Potter next. We're covering a lot of nerdy stuff here. I think, so my personal favourite is Deathly Hallows Part 2 of the films, which is controversial in itself. A lot of people don't like it that much, and they disagree, which is fine. I personally just really enjoyed it. But my other opinion is, I think Goblet of Fire is overhated and one of my favourite Harry Potter films. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. I love Goblet of Fire. I don't get the hate towards it. Yeah. And then, what else? I'm not gonna lie, I normally don't plan much stuff for these videos. I did have a bit of a list here, because I have a lot of unpopular opinions. I know I wouldn't be able to remember them all. Okay, here's one. If you guys have watched the Solo Leveling anime, it got loads of love for the first few seasons, but after season 2 finished, everyone just shouting on it. I understand there's not many memorable characters apart from Sun Jin Woo, and it's not deeply written or the best written or anything. but it's not trying to be. Solo Leveling does an amazing job at doing what it tries to do. It just tries to be a fun, cool action show with a cool concept, a cool power system, just cool fights. Like, don't get me wrong, deep writing's great, but not everything needs it. It does a perfectly fine job at doing what it plans to do, and it hits its target. I think it's great. I refuse to board the hate train. It's not like my favourite show of all time or anything, but it's good. And now, this might be the last one. This is definitely the last one I can remember that I was planning to talk about. If any more comes to my head, I'll say. But Throne of Glass is a book series that loads of people talk about for so long. Especially lately, I think. And I read it all, and it was a really good book series. But a lot of people like the ending and like Kingdom of Ash. I thought it sucked. The Kingdom of Ash overall was probably the best book. But the ending was awful. The main villain, Erewhon, doesn't do anything. If you took him out of the story, not a single thing would change. Obviously, in the history of the book, spoiler, obviously, then yeah, because he's the reason the whole prophecy in the war and blah, 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 blah. But in the actual present day of the books, through all 8 books, he does nothing. So he sits in his castle, an Aura Farms, for 8 books, comes in at the end, fights the main character, Aelin, for a couple pages, doesn't really do any significant damage, goes to attack Yrene. I know it's pronounced Irene, but that's not how I pronounced it. He gets jumped, and then he dies. The main villain, the Valg King, the Demon King, the ruler of a dimension of demons, doesn't do anything. Not only does he not kill anyone, he doesn't really do damage. And that's all 8 books, not even in the final battle. If you took the actual main villain of the story out of the story, not a single thing would change. It's stupid. I like the way they captured him in the end when he tried to attack Yrene. I just think it should have been harder to get to that point. There should have been more adversity to get to that point. The way they tricked him, trapped him, and jumped him, I thought was cool. It should just been more of a struggle to get to that point. Even Maeve in the end didn't do too much. Like, Gavriel, however you pronounce his name, got killed by a group of Valg foot soldiers. Valg foot soldiers did more in the final battle than the 2 main villains. Like, stupid. It's like in Akatar, another one, everyone loves A Court of Wings and Ruin. Like, the book was overall good. But in the end, the main villain, who's literally killed death gods, dies because a character who's never had a fight in their whole life just comes up behind them and just stabs them in the back of the neck. This death god killer, the main villain, random character, like side character or supporting main, they're the main character's sister, who's never had a fight in their life, just says, "Don't hurt my sister," bang, stabs him in the back of the neck. You're taking the piss. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I don't understand. Like, yeah. It annoys me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, it does, it annoys me. I think that's about it for my unpopular opinions that I can think of, at least. I don't think I have any more, at least not on the top of my head. Yeah, so I guess I'll see you in another video. Bye.